Most of Niger is in the Sahara Desert, where the intense heat often causes rain to evaporate before it hits the ground. The southern third of Niger is called the Sahel region, suitable for raising livestock and limited crops. It's here in this desert-like savanna where nearly all 12 million Nigerians live, people whose crops and livestock depend on the rains that fall in the 2-month rainy season. This is one of the poorest nations on earth. It's also one of the 40 nations God spoke to Richard about to preach in his lifetime.
Thank you for the nation of Niger. Thank you that you spoke this nation into my heart. Thank you that you gave me 40 nations, and Niger is one of those 40.
The capital city of Niamey, on the banks of Africa's third largest river, the Niger, is where Richard brought his largest team ever for his miracle healing rally in Niger.
Let the power of God go forth with anointing. And let Niger know that God is a live God.
Richard came here to bless Niger, bringing tens of thousands of dollars in medicine and medical supplies, along with 285,000 nutritious meals for starving children and families. Richard came to Niger to spread the good news of Jesus Christ and to widen the door to Christianity in this nation. Of Niger's 12 million people, half are below the age of 16. Unbelievable, but true. There are 6 million children living in this nation, and 1 million more dying of disease and starvation.
Oh my. It's just hard to put it into words, what it's really like over here.
In this, one of the hottest, driest, and poorest nations on earth, medicine and food are always in demand. That's why Richard brought both. With the help of friends and partners of the Oral Roberts Ministry, we brought 285,000 meals for the starving children of Niger.
Niger has experienced a significant drought over recent years, and we're seeing a lot of malnutrition. And so it's such a blessing that the ORU team brought food with them that was shipped over here ahead of time.
Each one of these meal packets is enough to feed 6 hungry mouths. Here in the village of Tarodi, Pastor Molly put 2 meal packets in this pot of water and some vegetables to feed their neighbors' children.
The people here really appreciated the food that was brought. They ate, they were really, really hungry because a lot of these children are basically abandoned by their parents, and they haven't had food to eat since the end of the harvest.
Only 4 out of every 5 children here in Niger reach the age of 5 years old. The death rate among infants and toddlers here in Niger is an astonishing 20%. Primarily because of diseases like malaria and malnutrition. These nutritious meals we brought are as life-saving to these children as any medicine. 2 of the young children eating were Amina Musa's son and daughter.
I'm so happy you brought the small children this food to eat. Thank you very much.
We also gave out numerous meal packets at our medical clinics to nursing and expectant mothers as well as starving children.
These are just some of the examples of the kids that we see here. And, you know, the biggest problem with children is malnourishment. And this is not just, you know, a cheap way of feeding them. It's got all the nutrition that they need. So even doctors are prescribing this for the kids.
In this package is 6 meals that they cook. You add water, you cook it, you boil it, and it has all the nutrients and all the minerals and all the vitamins that they need for that whole day.
Richard and Lindsay's daughter, Jordan, and the other ORU TV singers also gave out several meal packets to children.
Just being here has kind of brought me to a realization of, you know, of course, an appreciation for all the things I have, but also just a realization that true obedience to Jesus is feeding his sheep.
To see the hope that they have, they're just, you know, hoping so much for someone to love them or give them something, and it's great to be able to do that and come here and give to them.
Well, it was Lindsay's vision that we take this food with us from this kids against hunger. And Lindsay, I want to thank you because of that vision, we were able to take 285,000 meals, and many of our partners helped us to do it.
When they said that the docs were actually prescribing the food,
right,
that they had to narrow it down to people that were actually going to die, and that's how you determined who got first come, first serve, was the most destitute. You know, you gotta reprogram your thinking here in the United States and think, what, literally, really, what can I do?